Hi and hello my dear students. Welcome to my channel Max Tutor Vanmati. This video is based on class 10th new syllabus. No more fear for exam by following my videos. Hi friends. Today in 10th Max we are going to see unit 2 exercise 2.1 fifth problem. Already we have seen 4 problems, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 from exercise 2.1 in last video, and we have seen the Euclid's division lemma also. In this video we are going to see this fifth problem, and after this we are going to see Euclid's algorithm, and based on the algorithm we are going to solve the exercise problems remaining. Okay, first we can see this fifth question. Prove that the square of any integer leaves the remainder either 0 or 1 when divided by 4. Okay, what they have said is the square of some integer leaving the remainder first for 0 and next is your 1, okay, when it's divided by 4. So we can take the numbers as even and odd numbers. Okay, one is even and one is odd. Even number we are taking as a is equal to 2q plus 0. This is your even number. And b is equal to 2q plus 1. This is your odd number. How we are taking means, if you give the value here q is equal to 1, what you will get? 2 ones are 2. 2 plus 0, you will get the answer 2. When q is equal to 2, you get 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 0, 4. Q is equal to 3. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 0, 6. So these are your even numbers. And similarly here, when you give q is equal to 1, you get 2 into 1 plus 1, 3. Okay. Next, q is equal to 2. You get 2 2s are 4 plus 1, 5. Obviously, these are the odd numbers. By using the given question, we are taking as even and odd. Okay. Here, this even number, here this leaves the remainder 0. Okay, this is the place of the remainder. No. So, even number leaves the remainder 0 and this odd number leaves the remainder 1. Okay, in the question what they have given, any integer leaves the remainder 0 or 1 when divided by 4. Okay, clear? Next. Now we are going to square this two values. Okay, first a square. A square is your 2q square. 0 we can no need to consider. Then you get a square equal to 4q square. Clear? We can write it as plus 0. Okay. Next, b square equal to 2q plus 1 the whole square. This is the format of a plus b the whole square. What you will get? A square plus 2ab plus b square. Okay. In that format we are going to expand now. 2q square, that is 4q square plus 2 2s are 4, 4 1s are 4. 4q plus 1 square is here 1. So b square is here 4q square plus 4q plus 1. Okay. Taking 4 common, you get q square plus q and plus 1. So this can be divided by 4 and this also can be divided by 4. By what is the question? Either 0 or 1 reminders when divided by 4. Okay. From this we can say that the square of any, here we are squaring for that only. Okay. Square of any integer leaves the remainder 0 or 1 when divided by 4. Okay. From this we can say this. Hence it is proved. Clear? Next problem. Next we are going to see Euclid's division algorithm. Okay, already we have seen Euclid's division lemma. This is the condition for Euclid's division lemma, a equal to bq plus r. Now we are going to find the Euclid's division algorithm. We are going to see Euclid's division algorithm. Euclid's division algorithm is the easier way to compute highest common factor of any two positive integers. Okay, to find HCF of two positive integers, Euclid's division algorithm is the easiest way. Okay, the theorem is if a and b are two positive integers we are considering, okay, such that we are using the Euclid's division lemma, a equal to bq plus r. Here a, b two numbers, q is your quotient and r is your remainder. Okay. then every common divisor of A and B is a common divisor of B and R. That is, first step you will writing A equal to BQ plus R, and next step if it remainder comes to 0, then we have to terminate the process, or else we have to continue. That means on continuing what it will come means A is equal to BQ plus R, means in next step this B will come in the place of A and this remainder R will come in the place of B. Okay, and next we have to solve. If it comes remainder 0, we have to terminate at this. If it is not 0, if it is any other number, then again the process should be repeated. This B will come here and again this R will come here. This is your algorithm. By using the numbers in the problems, you can easily understand the concept. Okay, next we can see the steps in Euclid's algorithm. Step 1. Euclid's division lemma. A is equal to BQ plus R. Here R lies between 0 to B. That is 0 is included and B is excluded. Where here Q is your quotient, R is your remainder. Okay. If this process R equal to 0, this term becomes 0, then the highest common factor of A comma B is your B. Okay, if it is 0, then this B is your highest common factor. Okay, this is your first step, that is Euclid's division lemma. A equal to BQ plus R, where R lies between 0 to B. Here Q is the quotient, R is the remainder. If R is equal to 0 means B is the highest common factor of A and B. This is your step 1. Next we can see the step 2. Step 2 is otherwise applying Euclid's division lemma, divide B by R. Okay, here we are dividing B by R to get B is equal to RQ1 plus R1. Okay, here also this R1 lies between 0 less than or equal to R1 and less than R. Clear? In the place of B, remainder will comes, and in the place of A, B will come, and here you will get the another quotient and remainder as Q1 and R1. Okay, next we are moving to step 3. If this R1 equal to 0, then we can say this R is the highest common factor of A and B. Clear? This is your step 3. Next, step 4. Step 4 is your otherwise using Euclid's division lemma, repeat the process until we get the remainder 0. That means if here R1 is not equal to 0 means we are going to repeat the process. Okay, then you will get again one step till this remainder gets 0. We are going to repeat the process. If the remainder is 0, we are going to terminate the process and writing the HCF as this B value. Okay, clear? This is the steps for Euclid's division algorithm. Okay, next we can see the problems, then you can clearly understand the concept. Okay, this is your sixth problem. Use Euclid's division algorithm to find HCF of 340 and 412. Okay, here we are going to find the highest common factor between these two numbers. Okay, here we are going to choose the highest number as A and lowest number as B. This is your highest number 412 and lowest number 340. Using Euclid's division lemma first, A equal to BQ plus R, we can write it as A value is your 412, B value is your 340 into dash plus dash. So dividing 412 by 340, you get 340 ones are 340 and you will be getting the remainder as 72. So 340 ones are 340 plus 72 you will get 4112. Next here 0 it's not coming in remainder, so repeating the process further. 340 will come in A place and this 72 will come in B place. Okay, 72 into dash plus dash. Okay, 72 dividing this by 72 you get 340 by 72. 72 fours are 288 and remainder is your 52. Okay, 72 into 4 plus 52. Here it is not 0. Again repeating the process. 72 equal to 52 into 1 plus 20. On dividing you will get quotient 1. 72 by 52 is your quotient 1 and remainder 2. If you have doubt you check by dividing the values. Okay, next again the process is repeating. 52 is equal to 20. 20 into 2 is your 40. Okay, 40 plus 12 is your 52. Clear? Next process repeats. 20 equal to 12 into 1s are 12 plus 8. Okay, and again 12 is equal to 8 ones are 8 plus 4. Okay, and again 8 is equal to 4 2s are 8 plus 0. So finally we got the remainder as 0. So the HCF for this problem is 4. Clear? Same sixth problem. This is your second subdivision. 867 and 255. So choosing A value as bigger number, B value as smaller number, using the lemma A equal to BQ plus R. So A value is your 867, B value is your 255. Dividing 867 by 255 you get 255 3s are 765. Okay, and remainder will be your 102. 255 into 3 plus 102. Here remainder is not 0. So repeating the process. 255 is equal to 102 into 2. 2 2s are 4. 2 1s are 2. 204 is coming. So 204 plus 51 you get 255. Okay, again repeating. 102 is equal to 51 into 2. 2 1s are 2. 2 5s are 10. 102 is coming. Plus 0. So we got the remainder 0. Our HCF value is your B value. That is 51 is the highest common factor of 867 and 255. Clear? Next we can see next subdivision. Sixth problem, third subdivision. 10,224 and 9,648. This is your A, this is your B. Okay. 10,224 equal to 9,648. Only one time it goes because next now after this number will come within short distance. So one time only you will get and remaining will get 576. Clear? And again the process is repeating. 9648 equal to 566 into 16. On dividing this you will get into 16 plus 432. Okay, and again divide this. 576 equal to 432 into one time only will come plus remainder value is here 144 and again 432 equal to 144 into 3. 3 4s are 12, carry 1. 3 4s are 12 plus 113. 1, 3 1s are 3, 4. 432. Then you will get the remainder as 0. Okay. So this 144 is your highest common factor of 10,214 and 10,224 and 9,648. Clear? Next problem. This is your fourth subdivision. Find the HCF of 84, 90, 120. First considering these two numbers. Okay. In this is your highest value. This is your lowest value. Taking that 90 equal to 84 into 1 plus 6. Clear? 84 ones are 84 plus 6 you will get 90. And again process repeats. 84 equal to 6 into 14. 6 fours are 24, 2 6 ones are 6, 8, 84. Then you will get the remainder as 0. Up to this it over. Okay. Here the HCF of 90 and 84 is 6. Clear? Now using this 6 and 120. Okay. Then this is your A value. This is your B value. Clear? Repeating, you get 120 equal to 6 into 20s are 120. 6 zeros are 0. 6 twos are 12. Plus 0. Okay. By this we can say that HCF of 84, 90, 120 is 6. Clear? Understood? Next we can see next problem. This is your 7th problem. Find the largest number which divides 1230 and 1926, leaving remainder 12 in each case. Okay, we are going to find the largest number, that is nothing but your highest common factor, which divides 1230 and 1926 and leaving this remainder 12 in each of the cases. Okay, first we are going to subtract these two numbers by 12. Okay, first number is your 1230 minus 12, you will get 1128, and second is 1926 minus 12, you get 1914. Clear? Now we are going to find the HCF for these both only. Okay, so HCF for these both means this is your highest value, this is your lowest value. So taking Euclid's division lemma, A equal to BQ plus R, 1914 equal to 1218 into 1, and this leaves the remainder 696. On dividing this you will get the remainder 696, and again this 1218 and this 696 into 1, again you will get the remainder 522. So the process repeats. 696 equal to 522 into 1, you will get 174, and again 522 equal to 174 into 3. 3 fours are 12, carry 1, 3 sevens are 21 plus 1 22, 2 remainder 1, 3 ones are 3 plus 2 5, 522 it's coming, plus you will get the remainder as 0. Clear? Okay, by this we can stop our process, and here this 174 is your HCF. So HCF of these both two numbers are this 1218 and 1914 is your 174. Clear everyone? Okay. Example 2.4. If the HCF of 210 and 55 is expressible in the form 55x minus 325, find x. Okay, we are going to find the HCF for both these values, and we are going to express that HCF which is equal to this value, and we are going to find the x value. Okay, first Euclid's division lemma, A equal to BQ plus R. Here this is your A, this is your B. 210 equal to 55 into 3s are 3 5s are 15, 1 3 5s are 15, no 165 plus you will get remainder as 45, and again process repeats. 55 equal to 45 into 1 is your 45, then you will get plus 10, and again 45 equal to 10 into 4 40 plus 5, and again 10 is equal to 5 into 2 is your 10 plus 0. You will get the remainder 0. Then we are considering this 5 is the HCF of 210 and 55 is 5. Now we are going to express this 5 in terms of this, that is 55x minus 325 is equal to 5. Clear? This is your HCF now. So we are equating from this 55x equal to, when 325 goes that side, you will get 5 plus 325. So you will get 330. From this, x is equal to 330 divided by 55 you will get. So your answer is x is equal to 6. On dividing this, you will get the value x is equal to 6. Clear? Next example. Example 2.5. Find the greatest number that will divide 445 and 572, leaving the remainder 4 and 5 respectively. Okay, we are going to find the highest common factor only. Okay, first we are going to find the numbers, highest common factor numbers by subtracting each of these terms by the reminders. Okay, so 445 minus respect remainder is 4, you will get 441, and again 572 with respect to the remainder 5, you will get 572 minus 5 is your 567. Clear? For these two values only you are going to find the HCF. Okay, so this is your A value, this is your B value. Now we are going to find 576 equal to 441 into 1 time only it will goes, plus 126, and again 441 equal to 126 into 3. 3 6 are 18, 3 2s are 6 plus 1 7, 3 1s are 3, and the remainder you will get as 63, and again 126 equal to 63 into 2. 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are 12, 126 plus remainder 0. So from this we can say that the highest common factor of 441, 567 is 63. Clear? Understood? Next, example 2.6. Example 2.6. Find the highest common factor of 396, 504, 636. Among three numbers, first we are taking these two numbers. This is your A, this is B. We are going to find the HCF for both these numbers. Okay. So 504 equal to 396 into 1 time only it will comes. Okay. Then you will get the remainder as 102. So remainder not equal to 0. And again repeating 396 equal to 108 into 3. You will get the remainder as 2. So this is also not equal to 0. And again repeating the process, 108 equal to 72 into 1 plus 36. This is also not equal to 0. Repeating again, 72 equal to 36 into 2. 2 6 are 12 plus remainder 1. 2 3s are 6 plus 1 7. Get the remainder 0. So HCF of 504 and 396 is 36. Clear? Okay. Next we are going to find for 36 and 636. Okay. 36 and 636. This is your A, this is your B. Okay. 636 equal to 36 into 17 plus 24. Okay. And again this 24 not equal to 0. Repeating the process you get 36 equal to 24 ones are 24 plus 12. And again this not equal to 0. Repeating 24 equal to 12 twos are 24 plus 0. Okay. From this we can say that HCF of 396, 504, 636 is 12. Clear? Understood? Up to this your example problems are over. Next we are going to see the remaining exercise problems. Exercise 2.1 ninth problem. A positive integer when divided by 88 gives the remainder 61. What will be the remainder when the same number is divided by 11? Okay, one positive number they are taking, positive integer they are taking, and it is when dividing the positive integer by 88 gives the remainder 61, and they are asking what will be the remainder of the same number 88 when divided by 11. Okay, so we are using the lemma, Euclid's division lemma, A equal to BQ plus R. Okay, A is equal to, first what is the divided number? 88. Okay, 88Q plus R. When dividing by 88, what will be your remainder is your 61. Clear? And further what we are doing is, we are splitting this 88 and 61 as 11 into 8 is your 88. Okay, and this for 61 as 55 plus 6. Okay, in terms of 11 we need, so we are splitting the 61 as 55 plus 6. In 11 table we will get 55. So we are splitting like that. Okay, from this we can write, take it as 11 as common, you will get 8q plus 5, that is 11 into 8, 88q plus 11 into 55 plus 55, 11 into 5, 55, and the remainder is q. Now you can see this is your a, this is your b, this is your q, and this is your r. So when the same number is divided by 11, you will get the remainder 6. Clear? So your remainder is 6. Okay, by understanding the question clearly, you can solve the problems. Okay, next is your 10th problem. Last problem from this exercise 2.1. Prove that two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. Okay, if you are taking any two consecutive positive integers, means that should be a co-prime. That only we are going to prove. Consecutive integers means already we have come across this word. Consecutive means continue or one next numbers, that is like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Next continuous numbers. Okay, we are going to prove this to any two consecutive positive integers are always co-prime. Okay, first we are taking x and x plus 1 as two consecutive positive integers. Okay, x and x plus 1 as two consecutive positive integers. Now we are going to find the GCD, that is greatest common divisor. GCD of x comma x plus 1 b, and we are taking GCD of, this is also we are taking condition x plus 1 b, two consecutive positive integers, and again let GCD of x comma x plus 1 be n. Okay, next process is n divides x plus 1 minus x. Okay, we are adding this term x and x plus 1, subtracting this term x plus 1 minus x. Then here what you will get, x and x will get cancelled and you get n is equal to 1. Okay, from this we can say that what is here n? N is here GCD of x comma x plus 1. So we can write GCD of x comma x plus 1 is equal to 1. This is your two x and x1. From this we can say that x and x plus 1 are co-prime. When GCD of any two numbers gives 1 means, then we can say it as co-prime. From this we can conclude that GCD of two consecutive positive integers x comma x plus 1 are co-prime. Clear? Hence the proof. Okay, up to this your exercise 2.1 is over. From next video we can see the fundamental theorem. Okay, fundamental theorem of arithmetic.
I hope you all clear about today's video. Feel free to comment your doubts or just mail your doubts to me. Okay, I am there for you to rectify your doubts. If you like my channel, then subscribe my channel for more videos. Thank you. Meet you soon in next video.